1. Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, it took 10 years for my parents to fully understand the true power of their smartphone. And that was also 10 years of having to explain it to them and walk it through the process. The outcome of that was Candy Crush maximalism. Yes, using any kind of technology has birth pains for those playing catch up and for those leading the curve. And we think that that logic probably extends to AI as well. Heck, it might be even 10 more years until maybe my mom or my tita will start getting recipes and jokes using ChatGPT. All of these particular things are harms we're willing to be able to take because we recognize that this whole debate, because of SideGov's inability to respond to us, it became this whole chicken and the egg thing about, do we have regulation before or after? Where do we have better regulation? And I told you, coming from the top of my LO speech, that this debate is not about having regulation or not, but about whether that regulation is hinged on, are we gonna make it slower for the AI, or are we gonna make it faster and truly embrace the frontier that comes ahead? And that's exactly where the tension comes in from SideGov case, because their first speaker talks about how it's an eventuality, it's here to be able to stay, and the second and third speaker, in an attempt to respond to us, start saying how wait, we're scared, it's bad things are going to happen. But as what the Joker said in The Dark Knight, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? And that's exactly what we're experiencing with narrow AI and what we're likely to experience with things like AGI that ultimately mean we cannot be afraid. Yes, things will be bad, things will be harmful, just like any kind of technology that had come before us. But in order for us to truly be ahead of the curve, we think we need to truly be able to understand what is happening when we actually don't prevent or delay the inevitable or shadow and cower in the fears of it, but we actually embrace it and truly open our eyes to the reality of what can be. What is the positive material to our case? We told you a couple of things. In my speech, we talked to you about production, consumption, and distribution. The intuition pump and mechanism here being, do you enjoy using the laptop and cell phone we're debating in right now? Yeah, probably. It's fun. We don't have to go outside and do these things face to face, hoping that's the only time we can train and see each other. That's precisely because of things like quantum computing that created the GPUs and chips inside of all of this technology, and that's what we get coming from the second speaker. The half of the deputy speech was talking about the fears of all of these technologies. Yes, change is scary. Yes, it might be inconvenient, and to some extent, we have to be able to adjust. But the benefits of such, which happen on our side when we are able to make these technologies accessible for the world, just like what we had with smartphones, just like what we had with computers, and heck, just like what we saw with automobiles. Many years ago, combustion technology was the hottest thing. Only the rich had access to these things. But because we lowered the barrier for people to be able to buy, produce, and consume these things, it became so accessible. If you want that to happen to AGI and allow everyone to have an equal playing field, which serves as a check and balance to all of their harms, we have to welcome it now. We are very proud to stand on side opposition.